I'd like to call to order the special board meeting of Tuesday, May the 28th, 2013 at 7 p.m. We'll start out with the invocation tonight in just a moment, and following that, I'll lead in the Pledge of Allegiance. And so if we'd all stand, and I'm going to ask Alderman Barnhill if he would lead us in the invocation as he comes forward.
Would you bow and pray with me? Heavenly Father, we come to you in prayer tonight. Thank you for this day and for this holiday season. We know that it is a season to remember our veterans and remember those who have given the ultimate sacrifice in the protection of our freedoms for this great nation. We ask that you be with the families and the servicemen that are currently in the foreign countries protecting freedoms that we so greatly cherish. We also ask that you give each of us tonight spiritual wisdom, guidance as we perform the duties of aldermen, making decisions that ultimately affect the city of Franklin. This prayer we offer in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May be seated. Item number 4 is to consider grievances or statements from citizens for items that are not on the agenda. Does anyone want to address this body? I see no one. We'll move on to number 5, communication from the Williamson County Mayor and Williamson County Commission. I see no one. Next, number 6 is approval of the minutes from May the 14th, 2013 work session and May the 14th, 2000 Board of Mayor and Aldermen. Is there a motion?
Move for approval. Second.
Appropriate motion, second by Alderman Peterson. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Are there any recognitions tonight? Seeing none, any miscellaneous reports? Alderman Skinner.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I want to announce that June the 9th at 3 o'clock, the Franklin Civil War Roundtable will present Kent Wright from Huntsville, and he's going to speak on Confederate and Union Navy. Should be interesting, and it's something different that we've had. This is an educational part of the Franklin's Charge. It's free to the public, and we meet each second Sunday at the police community room on Columbia.
Any other miscellaneous reports? We'll move on to the consent agenda. All items under the consent agenda are deemed to be non-controversial and routine in nature by the governing body. They will be approved as recommended by committee or staff by one motion of the governing body. Tonight we're considering items 21 through 29. Is there a motion?
Move for approval.
Appropriate motion.
Second.
Second by Alderman Barnhill. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. I now would ask for a motion to consider deferring items 15, 16, and 19 until the June 11th meeting.
So moved.
Appropriate motion from Alderman
By
Peterson
acclamation.
and seconded by Alderman Berger. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. New business. Consideration ordinance 2012-38, zoning text amendment to amend Chapter 3, Section 3.2, and Chapter 8, Section 8.3 of the zoning ordinance relative to hotels, establishing a public hearing for June the 25th, 2013. Is there a motion?
I move for approval. Second.
Appropriate motion and second by Alderman Blanton. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Passes unanimously. Item number 11, consider ordinance 2013-18 to be entitled an ordinance to amend Title 22, Chapter 1 of the Franklin Municipal Code relative to compensation for the mayor and aldermen of the city of Franklin. It's the first of 2 readings. Is there a motion?
Move for approval. Second.
Appropriate motion, second. Floor is open for discussion. Alderman Berger.
I would like to amend the mayor's pay to according to what we have now, it is double what the aldermen have, and I'd like to raise that to 24,000 to keep it consistent and double.
I second the amendment.
Thank you.
Appropriate amendment and second. Any discussion? Alderman Barnhill.
Well, we had a recommendation, and I'm not sure how the vote will go on the overall ordinance itself. And I don't want to hurt the mayor's feelings, or anybody else who wants to run for mayor. But I won't be able to support that amendment.
Any other discussion? Ready to vote on the amendment? All in favor of the amendment, raise your hand. I see 5, 6, 4, and all against, and 2 against. The amendment passes. Now we're ready to talk about the original motion as amended. Ready to, Alderman Scanlon.
You know, I was surprised when we first had this in work session that, because I was wondering how just the mechanics of it would work since our elections are 2 years off. And I was surprised that the at-large alderman could vote on an increase within their term. And yet, I don't think it's right for the ward alderman to get a pay increase that they don't participate in too. We shouldn't have 2 different pays, and we're serving at the same time. So I see a solution to this would be if we put off the pay increases until November of 2015 to the same date, after the second Tuesday? We just changed the year from 2013 to 2015. That would allow for another election for at-larges before this would go into effect. And, you know, staff says that the charter doesn't speak to this, but it just doesn't feel right for us to be able to vote within the term of a pay increase. So I would like to offer, I don't know, I want to offer an amendment. So can I let me offer the amendment, and then we can have more discussion. Okay? So that's what I would like to do, is just amend the time that the pay increase would start until 2015.
Appropriate amendment. Is there a second to the amendment?
I'm going to second that.
Okay, Alderman Martin.
All right, I don't see that it makes any difference, because if you get, whoever the ward aldermen are, if you get elected in 2015, then you're still going to vote on your own salary. So, yeah, you are.
Yes, you are.
This would be the at-larges new after their election.
I know it, but then they'll be voting, if they're elected and they're serving in November, then, and they vote, then they're voting on their own.
We could vote on it now. It just wouldn't go into effect until 2015.
Okay.
Alderman Berger.
I just don't think that makes any sense to me, and I wouldn't support it.
Alderman Barnhill.
Well, the sense that it makes is that no alderman sitting on this board right now would effectively be voting on their own pay increase without an opportunity for someone from the public to run against them, either in the 2013 election or the 2015 election. That's where it makes the sense. Basically, what Mike is saying is that you're not voting on your own. You're not guaranteed that you're voting on your own increase. And that's
Within that term.
But you may be, if you get elected next time.
It just
When would it go into effect
Yeah.
without the amendment?
November of 2013.
2013.
Well, we all stand for election before then.
The at-larges don't.
But you don't get it till afterwards.
The ward gives.
And there's no guarantee anyone's going to be back on this board.
Go ahead, Vice Mayor.
I have a hard time believing that that the difference that we're talking about will make a difference to anyone who would seriously consider running for elected office. And I will tell you that without being able to attach a name to it, if there is a person who would not run for this office at the pay rate that we currently get, but who suddenly becomes interested enough to go run for the office and win because of the pay rate, that person will be the worst alderman ever. So this whole election thing doesn't motivate me. I mean, either we should have a pay raise or we shouldn't. And I've said what I'm going to say about that. But the timing of it, don't be afraid of it. If you're going to give yourself a raise, pat yourself on the back and give yourself a raise.
Alderman Blanton and then Alderman Bransford.
As far as voting on our own pay raise, I think the thing to remember is that we all ran for office knowing what we were getting to begin with. So it wasn't our motivating factor. And it's up to us whether that's our motivating factor moving on. I don't think anybody can judge us for what we do and how much we get paid because none of us did it for the money to begin with. And like Dana's saying, the increase is only going to make it, he doesn't agree more people run, but I think if you have a child and that's a child care stipend, that makes a big difference. But the people that I have talked to that have approached me, they are all for it. I've not heard one person say to me, not to say that they aren't out there, that y'all are just being greedy. So I feel very comfortable with it, especially considering Franklin is one of the lowest paid on our whole, when we tried to garner different, I can't even come up with the word, comparisons. So we are 62,000 people we know of. We're fixing to find out how many we really have. And we are not a sleepy little town anymore, so.
Alderman Bransford.
I will be supporting us moving forward with the increase. I think it's just one of those opportunities where over the last how many years this has not been considered, and I don't feel that it's anything inappropriate.
Yeah, we should be all speaking to the amendment at this point in time,
Which is, okay.
which is to defer the implementation of raises in till 2015.
I will not be supporting that deferment.
Mr. Mayor, just to clarify, the way the charter is written very specifically about the effective date, and it was referenced in the discussion, but not so much in the motion, the second Tuesday of November following the regular city election. So it would need to be that, just to be clear. That,
Right.
Then I think that's what was intended. Then
Yes, it is.
Okay. Any other discussion on the amendment? All in favor of the amendment, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign.
No, no.
We need a hand vote just to get exact. All for the amendment, raise your hand.
Oh, for the amendment?
For the
Yes,
amendment.
we're still on the
To
amendment.
defer.
Okay, to
I see 2, 4, all against,
the amendment.
And
and I see 5
I'm
against,
indifferent.
and 1 abstain. So the amendment fails. So any discussion now on the original amended motion? All in favor, raise your hand. So I see 2, 5, 4 opposed, 3 against. Passes 5-3. Item number 12, consideration ordinance number 2013-20.
Clarification, please.
Sure.
All right. Through the discussion, I'm sorry, I got lost on it. So the amendment for the 24,000, was that?
That passed.
That was it.
First
And then
amendment
we've already
passed,
voted on
and
that.
then-
Okay.
Everything you wanted
Right.
happened.
Good.
It's I voted for it. All right, thank you.
Okay, consideration ordinance 2013-22, an ordinance of the City of Franklin, Tennessee adopting a budget for the fiscal year 2013 to 14, providing an effective date, establishing a public hearing for June the 11th, 2013. Is there a motion?
Move for approval.
Second.
Appropriate motion second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Item 13, consideration ordinance 2013-23, an ordinance of the City of Franklin, Tennessee, establishing the municipal property tax levy for the fiscal year 2013 to 14, providing an effective date, establishing a public hearing for June the 11th, 2013. Is there a motion?
Move for approval.
Second.
Appropriate motion, seconded by Alderman Berger. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item number 14, consideration resolution 2013-33, a resolution amendment to the pension plan. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
And seconded by Alderman Peterson. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Item 17, consideration amendment number 2 to the TDOT contract 070112, PIN 101-454.01, City of Franklin contract 2009-0051 for the McHatcher Parkway Northwest Extension Project.
Move for approval.
Appropriate motion, second
Wasn't this one we had to do first?
Second.
by Alderman Martin. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Item number 18, consideration professional services agreement, City of Franklin contract number 2013-0074 with Renaissance Group for the design and engineering services of a prototypical fire design.
Move for approval.
Second.
Appropriate motion second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Item number 20, consideration liquor license retailer certificate for Satish Kumar Patel, Harpeth Liquors Incorporated, 1203 Murfreesboro Road, Suite 503. Is there a motion?
Move for approval.
Second.
Appropriate motion second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Passes unanimously. I need a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
Appropriate motion.
Second.
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Strange,
we're-
don't get no lemonade.
We're back from executive session. Are there any matters to be considered from executive session? Vice Mayor.
Mayor, I recommend that we accept the settlement proposal from the Robinsons regarding the condemnation case that we have pending in the amount of $7,000.
Is there a second?
Second.
Alderman Barnhill seconded. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, passes unanimously. Are there any other matters? Vice Mayor.
I recommend that we accept the settlement proposal with the Appletons, also on a condemnation case in the amount of $7,000.
Second.
Second by Alderman Barnhill. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
You're my star. Alderman.
I've been sitting here not saying a whole lot.
Pupil tonight.